coming up slowly. Hello, folks. Doing a quick video. This is going to be kind of a little bit of a catch-all video. It's going to have a bunch of random shit in it. I figured I'd just do this kind of real quick. I came home to a few package things and then some other things that either I had got in the last couple days or that I'm expecting. So I'll kind of explain that. But first things first, you may have noticed over here that I kind of reworked some of this stuff a little bit. I put a different cover over that window. The windows in this house are very drafty and it's starting to get cold, so I try to keep the window covered as much as possible. So it kind of covers up some of those posters a little bit, but I'd rather not be cold when I'm sleeping. So anyway, I kind of rearranged some of this stuff. I moved my Nintendo games up to that top shelf, and all the ones up there now have the protective sleeves on them. I still got about another 30 left to do. And I dug my deluxe set with Rob the Robot out of the closet in the other room and put it in here with these. And then I kind of restacked things. So the stuff toward the bottom has systems in it, and then pretty much after the deluxe set, all of those boxes are empty at the moment. I wouldn't want to put too much weight on that. But you may notice in that stack that the TurboGrafx box is now gone. And the reason was when I started kind of moving stuff around and rooting through there, I noticed how poor of a shape the TurboGrafx box was in. I hadn't really looked at it in quite a while, but what I did is I ended up pulling it out of the stack, and here it is. I've flattened it out, and I shot some video prior to this before I even got the 720 cam, so I'll probably try to incorporate a little bit of that into this, maybe, or just show the whole rehab when I'm done. But what I doing is I'm gonna have to rehab this box some, and you know, it's not gonna, if I want to save it at all, because it's falling apart. I mean, it's deteriorating pretty quickly, and I think the weight of some of the stuff over there that was on top of it, even if it was empty boxes, was just too much, because the box is in pretty sad shape. But we don't want it to completely fall into a point where there's no saving it at all. So what I'm doing is I pulled it out of the stack. The bottom was taped together. You can see tape. I'm not going to pull the tape off because that would just rip the box to shreds. You can kind of see here some of it's starting to pull up. The cardboard is very cheap. We're going to use some Elmer's glue all. Just some regular old Elmer's glue, and we're going to kind of take a like a craft paintbrush and kind of spread it on there kind of light and lay some weight on it and let it seal back down. You can see here there was a lot of stressing on this, and it was starting to get crushed by the weight of other things. And I think it always had that this part was kind of ripped up here. The other side as well, it was really starting to get caved in. You can see it's been well used in its lifetime. It still does have the handle on it, but like I said, it's just really the cardboard is really cheap and it's starting to come apart. So we're going to rehab it by using the glue on it, and then what I'm going to do is I flattened this for weeks. I've had it out in the garage between two sheets of cardboard with about 150 pounds of weight on top of it, on a flat, like I laid down a piece of sheet metal, and then I put two big sandbags on top of it to weigh it down, to flatten this out as flat as I could get it, and it's pretty much as flat as it's going to get at this point. And what we're going to do is, after we rehab the cardboard a little bit with some glue, is we're going to take some of this foam core board, which is like about an 1/8 inch thick, and we're going to cut, I don't think I'm going to do the whole length of the box, but we're thinking about maybe 2 or 3 inches here and cutting it to the size. Actually, it's about 14 1/4 inches across here, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut it at 14 inches and lay it on that seam and flatten it and glue it down, 3 inches across, and put weight on it and glue it down as best we can on both of the long sides, and then we're going to see how that that does. If it's still having a little bit of problem, we may go ahead and add the 3-inch on the small sides as well. But I'm hoping in doing that, when we actually fold it out flat again and kind of put it back together, that it'll maintain some semblance of its original self, and that way we can still have the box and keep the system in it, but not have any more real deterioration to the point where it's having to be thrown away because there's just nothing left. So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing with this box, in case anybody was kind of wondering where it went. That's what happened. And I got a few pickups in the mail today, so I'm going to move the camera over to the stand, and we'll do the pickups and stuff. So let's come over here with her. And I'm going to turn some more light on. We got to really light the shit out of this mother in order to get a decent picture. Otherwise it looks fuzzy to me. I think the focus has more of a hard time focusing when it's not quite as sharp. Of course, I can't tell if I'm in the frame. I think we're good. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it though. I've got about 15 minutes. I'm gonna look at the clock. I got about 20 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes here. So I'm gonna roll. I have a couple things out. I have one game that's still pending arrival. It was supposed to get here yesterday, and it didn't. But I didn't report the guy or anything. It says it's shipped and it's on the way, but he didn't put it in the mail till the 7th, and it was supposed to be here on the 8th. So, you know, if it gets here and it's in good shape, I'm not going to pitch a bitch over it, over a day or two. But it did say it was going to be delivered on the 8th, and today's the 9th. So, anyway, on eBay, I've been picking up a couple of instruction books here and there for some of the games that I have of the box and the game, but no instructions. And it just depends on the price of the instructions and how they look. You know, we're looking for... sorry, I started laughing because Snestastic, Pete, in his recent video... He snuck in the used but not abused comment. I say that quite a bit. I like my stuff used because then I know it's authentic, it's original. You know, he was talking about how stuff, if it looks too good nowadays, you know, with repro boxes and stuff, you're just not sure if you're getting the real thing anymore. So actually, if it's got a little bit of wear to it, it adds to the authenticity. So... you know, I didn't really think about it that way, but actually I am kind of thinking about it now, and I'm like, well, at least, you know, if something's a little worn, that it's probably original, you know. And who would distress boxes to make them look like they're... I mean, there probably could be some people out there. Who knows? But, man, this guy used a lot of tape on this for an instruction book. This is an instruction book to one of the games. I'm not sure which instruction book, because I ordered 3 different ones. Jesus Christ. How much tape did this guy use? Alright, jeez Louise. It's still not at... there's... Fuck! Jesus, that's got to be the toughest bubble mailer I've ever seen in my life. God damn. All right. Cardboard. This music's really loud too. I need to turn her down a little bit. Sorry, folks, if the music's been too loud this whole time. Trying to watch that as well. All right, here we go. And then it's in a little sleeve. That's kind of cool, though, that it's in that little sleeve thing. Top Gun instructions. That's what I kind of thought it was, but I wasn't quite sure. They're a little yellow on one side, but they're actually in really good shape. I think I paid $3 for the instructions. And my copy of Top Gun, I thought it was, so I set some of the games over here because I figured it was 1 of 2 or 3 games. But this is my Top Gun. I mean, it's not horrible. And it's just not complete. It just had the box and the instructions. A lot of the games that I have that are just box and instructions came from getting them at vintage stock. But the cart looks in really good shape, but it's nice to have the instructions. I'm going to leave them in that sleeve, I think. I'm not even going to take them out and look. Well, I might take them out and look at them just to make sure we're looking at I didn't really look at the inside. You know, it's not like you should screenshots of every single page in them, so I guess we could take a quick gander. Those are kind of nice, though. I wonder if you can order those. I might be ordering some of those if I can find them. Let's see here. It's just in black and white, but they don't look bad. I was trying to see if there's any writing on any of the pages or anything, but it doesn't look like it. Ooh. Fancy schmancy. Nope, no writing or anything. Looks good. So, I'm not going to try to put this stuff back in the box at the moment. We're on a time crunch. Let's see here. Another thing. Oh! Shalazor. He sent me, after seeing my video about the cups, the Justice League and the Garfield cups and stuff, I was missing one, and he happened to come across one. I don't know if he went to any trouble to locate it or not. I hope he didn't go to too much trouble. But he sent it along, and buddy, I'm serious. I think I might owe you something. Because that shipping was outrageous. About $10 or something. But anyway, here's the cup. And I told him it arrived safe and sound and in good shape. And it is in really good shape. And this is the one I was missing. It's the one I thought it was blue because I had the water and stuff. So, yeah, this is it. This is the one I was missing. So, cool. And I'm happy to have it, and I appreciate it. Let's see. Two more things. Yeah, we'll do this one last. This just came out on Tuesday. It was released on Blu-ray and DVD, and I ordered it, and I have Amazon Prime for a little bit longer anyway. So, I went ahead and ordered it, and this is a show. Is a show that is pretty damn cool if you haven't watched it yet. But I've got Westworld Season 1, The Maze, and I think they're not even. I think they're slated for like summer, fall next year is when the next Season 2 is going to come out. And I guess it's just because it just is real hard to shoot because there's a lot of panoramic Western type, you know, and you're shooting on locations and stuff. It just takes more time than maybe an average show to film or what have you. But let's crack this open. They had a Steelbook, 4K Steelbook, Blu-ray. But I honestly don't understand the deal with the 4K at this point. I mean, I'm not going to run out and start until they're pretty much phasing out DVDs to the point where everything's going to where it used to be Blu-ray and DVD. Now it's like Blu-ray and 4K and no DVDs. Or in this one, there's no DVDs, but it's Blu-ray and then your digital copies. I'll probably hang on to that. I'm a pack rat, so why not? But it's like a book. This is actually pretty sturdy. I think I paid $36. I watched the first season as it came out, so I really dug it. And it's basically about this. I would really say just watch it. It's kind of about this park where people go to live out kind of a fantasy of being in the Old West. And inside the park, there's what are called replicants, which originally, when they started off, were more or less like robots, but they've kind of reached a point where they're just almost like flesh and blood anymore. But it's kind of what happens when these replicants kind of start becoming aware of what they are and what their role is and everything. And this book's pretty cool. It's all color. I'm sorry, I'm like showing every page because I'm like super into it, but it's pretty cool. Sorry, I probably should have set that to the side so we can keep this moving. But we'll open it up and let people see in case they decide they're wondering what the Blu-ray came with and they weren't quite sure. Maybe they wanted to see the set. And the discs are all black on the front. I'm going to pop them out real quick just so we can see the art behind the discs. That's pretty sweet. There you go. There's the case with the discs out of it. Now, I'm a person usually in this case, because I'm a collector, but I want to keep the stuff in really good shape. It's a case where I'll buy something like this, and I usually will rip them off onto a hard drive or something and watch them from the hard drive, so I don't have to keep pulling the discs in and out and snapping them in and out of the things and causing wear and tear on the case. Snap in there, buddy. Snap in there. Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. All right. Your opinion matters to Warner Brothers. Survey included. This is just your episode list and kind of synopses of each episode. So that looks pretty friggin' sweet. I've got a couple of Westworld shirts. I have one with the maze on the front and one that says Mariposa Saloon that looks like a butterfly. It kind of looks like a skull, but it's a butterfly kind of thing. And then I actually have this I bought a while back. It's a keychain, but it's a little bulky, so I don't use it as a keychain. But it's the logo for Delos Laboratories, and it's pretty cool. This was a few bucks. I don't remember. I think I got it on Amazon. But they had gold ones and silver ones. I like the silver one better, so... But I just hang it up over there. I don't use it on my keychain. I also don't want it to get broken or worn here and broken, so I don't mess with it. I heard the fucker that time. It shut off. Sorry. I just had never heard it beep and actually shut off, so that time I actually heard it. When I was kind of going through some things to do my childhood video for the NES, and I'm still planning on doing the Genesis and the Sega CD and the Super Nintendo, but the stories aren't going to be quite as varied because a lot of it at that point is me being in, not having to wait for games and anticipate games because I had money and I could just go buy them. So it's a lot more like I got this at Toys R Us, and then I got this at Toys R Us, and then I got this at Toys R Us, because I was buying a lot of Sega CD games at Toys R Us. But I do have some stories, mainly for the Genesis, I think. And we'll get into those when we do it. But as I was digging through some things, I was looking at my carts, and I found this Mega Man cart. This is one of those sleeves. I think I made this out of poster board. But I noticed that the label on my Mega Man game was fucked up. You can see right there, maybe. It's like coming up on that corner. And I was like, God damn, because this game's, you know, expensive. So to buy the game new, I mean, even used, but just a loose card is kind of pricey. So I ordered a label for it. We'll see how the label looks when it gets here, because if it looks this pretty much this right, then I'm gonna attempt to peel it off of there. But these old labels are so damn hard to get completely off. We'll have to see. I'll probably take the cart apart and take the chip out and then do it and then put it back together. But I decided not to use any of those repro boxes, those 3 boxes that I had ordered. It was kind of a learning mistake. Not a mistake, but a learning process. Because I wanted to see what they really look like, and I couldn't really tell. So I probably spent about $30 buying those 3 boxes, but I'm not going to use them for anything. I just kind of put them over there. The Castlevania one, even though I think it looks right, the color of the silver is not right. Because if you look at all of the Konami games, they're all basically the same shade of silver. Even case in point, this Top Gun here. And up there, I mean, they're all basically the same shade of silver. And the Castlevania one's lighter than those, and the Castlevania 3 one's darker than those. And so it just doesn't, I know that, I know in my collection it shouldn't matter because it's my collection, but I don't want to make it seem like I've got something that I don't. So I don't really want to put it in there. I'd rather just keep the boxes and say, hey, look at these repro boxes, than actually put the games in them and display them that way. So we're gonna fix this label probably when it comes in the next few days. Well, in the next week, I think it's supposed to show up. And then we've got a pop, which I probably don't need. I've gotten like 90 something of them. I mean, really, it's kind of ridiculous how many I do have. But it's also one of those things where I keep buying them because they're not that expensive. And they keep coming out with more and more and more ones that I want. So it's like they're coming out with Mad Max ones for Fury Road after the first of the year. And I'm trying to think. Tron. There's a couple Tron ones that are going to be coming out. So anyway, I probably could have went and got this at Hot Topic. So to order it, yep, let's use spit to wipe it off. To order it online was probably just being ultra lazy because I probably could have went and got one. But I don't think it was really a lot more expensive to order it off eBay. So I just went ahead. And of course, it ties in with the video I did, with the last pickup video I did. This is also an Elvira thing. This is the Elvira Mistress of the Dark Hot Topic exclusive, where she's in the mummy wraps. There is another variant on this where I think it glows in the dark. I'm not that concerned with that, owning that one. But this is the other one that's not really ultra crazy to get a hold of, because of course the ones that glow in the dark or this and that, you know, are more expensive. So so yeah, it'll go out with my other ones on the shelf, and that's basically about it. I thought we were going to make it out of this vid, but the thing is I think I put it on 1080 this time instead of 720, so it should have went for 30 minutes, and it only went for like 20. So but I heard it beep this time. So we'll rough this together, and we'll put up a vid for y'all. I know I just had that one, but I've still got ideas and stuff. I was kind of going on overload there for a minute and doing a video a day or something, it seemed like. And it wasn't that I got burned out or tired of doing videos or anything, but I want to really pace it. I don't want to burn myself out on it. And so I really do want to stick to at least a video a week, but probably more like 2 or 3, maybe one every 2 or 3 days. You know, I'm not going to guarantee that. I'm saying at least one a week. But I'd really like to maybe every 3 days or so get something kind of together for y'all until I run out of ideas, and then I'll have to take requests or do one of those Ask Me Anything videos that everybody seems to love on everybody else's channel. Although I don't know what you could ask me because I can't shut my fucking mouth most of the time, so you probably have heard everything. All right, we're getting close to the U.S. Thanksgiving here in a couple weeks, and then we got to steamroll on into Christmas, and then another year slipped through our fingers, and we're on to the next one. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up before I go past 2 videos, and then we're doing 3. So thanks for coming by, folks, and we'll see you next vid. Oh, I never showed you this. I kind of picked this up for no reason. It's a Batman ring. And actually, I guessed at my ring size because it's, you know, crazy right now. But the ring itself is glow in the dark, which is pretty cool. I'm trying to glow it up real quick. Sorry. Da na 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 na. You right can't really tell because of the lights. Well, let me kill the light for a second. This is a big waste of time, isn't it, folks? Oh, fuck. There we go. Alright, now it can quit glowing again. Of course, the one in the picture, I think it was like $10. I think it was something like, if you pay the shipping, it's free, but the shipping was like $12 or something. But I guessed at my ring size because I don't know it, but actually I was pretty damn close. There you can kind of see it glowing. Kill this fucker. Jesus, do I got to shut off every light? Okay. Oh, now you can see it. Woo! Y'all give a shit about that? Woo! Woo! I could be giving you the middle finger in the dark and you wouldn't even know. All right, folks, I'm outie. Talk to you later.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?